Alright guys, we're back for another Dokkan battle video, and right now after the same name update, I'm sort of going through all of the different categories in Dokkan, examining how good they are now, how good they might be in the future, if there's, any alterations, if the category might look better after the same name update, things along those lines. Now, as far as the special pose category go, I mean, flat out, it's fodder. I mean, you just look at it right here, and there's a lot of, there actually is potential here that is not yet realized, right? Now, no matter how you might feel about Dokkan or how you might feel about certain units and blah, 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 the game is run by LRs. Summonable LRs carry this game and the power of this game, right? There are TURs, who at times are crazy. Right now Videl is insane, and in Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, Tech Gohan and stuff like that. But, like, you go over who is the best units in the game, the discussion is all LRs, right? So, knowing that, we look at this category, and this is what we have. This is the weakness of the category right here. Now, again, I'm sure, like, there's a lot of people who they're not going to get what I'm saying with that. But without summonable LRs that are top tier, that are recent, they have literally one summonable LR from 2017. And that's all they've got in here, right? That just does not cut it. It doesn't cut it. Like, that's what is going to hold this category back drastically. Now, Gotenks himself, Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks, or, some version of, like, Super Transforming Gotenks or something like that, most definitely could get an LR. I think, like, Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks as an LR, a summonable LR, is obvious to me, makes a lot of sense, and I would say it would eventually happen. Like, doesn't, like, there's, and like, here's the thing about Gotenks. Gotenks is one of those characters that does just, like, infinite amounts of attacks in his screen time. Doesn't he, in Super Saiyan 3, shoot out, like, a balloon of super ghosts, and then it, like, scatters into, like, a bajillion, like, ghost kamikaze attacks? Like, I'd have to rewatch his fight against Super Buu, but I believe he does. Something like that would be good for, like, an LR super attack, right? And then besides, Gotenks does so freaking many attacks. Like, we don't have a good animation. He, like, shoots a mouth blast as well. Like, that's another, again, Gotenks does so many attacks, man. Like, he easily could carry several more cards. The Ginyu Force, I mean, here's the thing. Me and Garesh have been asking, we both think a Captain Ginyu Dokkan Fest would do well. Here's the thing. Now that Videl has gotten a Dokkan Fest, I would say Ginyu as a Dokkan Fest is actually, like, plausible. For real now, right? Like, that definitely could work. Because we have, basically, there's sort of, like subsets of characters in here. You have the Universe 2 females, Kakunsa, Rosie, Ribrianne, all of those characters, right? You have the Pride Troopers as well, characters like Dyspo and Toppo and stuff like that. They're also here. Right, the Pride Troopers will definitely get stronger. The only thing that does suck about this is that Jiren himself is not on special pose. I don't actually think that's a mistake either, because Jiren, like, go back, like, Jiren just stands there, and then they're all posing around Jiren, right? Like, that's... So, like, it's okay that Jiren is not on there, because at least Toppo is, right? Toppo is a character that also does not have a Dokkan Fest. Toppo obviously deserves a Dokkan Fest. I would say God Toppo is actually, I think he might be high on the list of characters that could potentially deserve a Dokkan Fest. I think God Toppo could get one, like a transforming God Toppo as well. Because currently, we only have two normal Toppos in the game. This one that Dokkan awakens in a God Toppo, and then this one that Dokkan awakens into the Toppo/Pride Trooper card. So, we easily could get, like, a normal standalone Toppo. Dyspo, quite honestly, could get a better card. I'm going to rock him on the team we're going to use in this video. But, I mean, they didn't do Dyspo justice, I feel. Because Dyspo was strong enough that, like, Gohan, like, basically sacrificed himself to knock Dyspo out, right? Like, Dyspo was a threat. He was not God Toppo, and he was not on the level of Jiren. But Dyspo was not a bitch. And, like, he's responsible for Gohan being eliminated, right? I'm waiting for this guy's EZA. I'm actually really excited. He's got Prepared for Battle, Shocking Speed, Shattering Limit. He has a lot of links. I think he could work well on a number of teams, so that could be good. But it's like, you look at the future of the category, and it's like, without summonable LRs, like, could this guy be a summonable LR? I do think so, right? Like, him going, not this moment right here, but literally, like, the next episode, where he goes Super Saiyan 2 against Yamo and Spopovich, or against Kabito, and then Yamo and Spopovich jump him. I do think he could get a summonable LR, like, sort of from that moment. And then, like, you know, some of his super attacks could be from his fight with Deborah. You know, like Gohan does a decent amount of fighting, sort of like in this outfit right here, right? So that could happen. Honestly, like, LR Ribrianne is probably something that would happen. You know, LR Pride Troopers, you know, more Ginyu Force. There is stuff that could happen, but right now, you compare, like, the longevity of this category, and it's just not up there. Special Pose. One thing about Special Pose, it does have some solid support type units, right? Supplementary units in here. So, like, you know, when this guy gets his awakening, you know, you have, like, you know, a couple of the great Saiyamans. Castrol's a good support for the Pride Troopers, right? Gotenks and Ghosts, a Rainbow Orb Changer. You have God Toppo on here. You know, if this LR Ginyu, they get their easy, they could be crazy. They give 3 key, 7,777 attack. Special Pose combined with another team is where things could be good, right? So, like, Special Pose maybe slash, like, Super Saiyan or something like that, right? Special Pose, I don't know if I don't like Special Pose slash Super Saiyan 3. They're both too limited, but Special Pose and then another category, right? I think it would work. Maybe, like, Special Pose slash Buu Saga or something like that, right? Because Gotenks himself is on so many category teams, right? Like Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks has Fusion, Hybrid Saiyan, Buu Saga, Super Saiyan 3, Youth, Final Trump Card, Special Pose, Rapid Growth, Savior, Connected Hope, Prodigal Warrior. Like, this Gotenks just has so many category teams. Final Trump Card slash Special Pose would be very interesting, because that would give us what the category is missing. Summonable LR power, and then combine it with a lot of these characters right here. So, I don't know. I've done enough talking. Let's go ahead and hop into an event and at least take a look at how this category will do. Obviously, the same name update is good for it. You know, we could run multiple Super Saiyan 3 Gotenkses, multiple Super Saiyan Gotenkses, you know, things like that. So let's go ahead and test this team out. All right, so we're here in an event. So I wanted to try something a little bit quirky with the team. Looks like a lot of these characters do at least have Special Pose, so that is going to allow them to sort of at least work fairly well together. But I'm going to try and run the Pride Troopers as a rotation, and then we're also going to run the Universe 2 Girls as a rotation as well. Kakunsa and Rosie, I mean, when it comes to, like, long, difficult events, are going to be fairly good. Because both Kakunsa and Rosie permanently stack both defense and attack. I think Rosie ends up being a little bit better because she stacks defense from her super attack and then attack from her passive. That appears to be much more powerful than the other way we have it right here, which is where Kakunsa is stacking attack from her super attack effect and then building defense from her passive. It appears that our girl, Rosie, again, has the sort of better end of the stick there, but whatever. So she's starting at 78k. All right, so we're going to let Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks handle the pressure right here. Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks, I brought him because, again, he's like... Is he the best unit on the category? He probably is, huh? Actually, yeah, I think... Yeah. Yes, that... Wow, that's... I mean, he is super good, right? So, yeah, that physical Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks is the best character on the category. I mean, I feel like we would have to say he's better than Int Gotenks, right? Int Gotenks is probably number 2. Because, like, a character like God Toppo is great, right? But he's like a support. Like, you're not stacking him up against, like, Int Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta or something like that. So, I mean, see, that's the thing, like, Fusion is another super small category, right? Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks, there's like at least 3 or 4 Fusion characters probably better than physical Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks, right? Like, at least in Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta is definitely better. I would say LR Gogeta Blue is better as well. That's at least 2 definitive ones I just pulled off the top of my head, right? So, alright, so, again, I'm probably going to keep the Int Gotenks sort of floating throughout this video. Obviously, once we're able to get their active skill, like, they're crazy as Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks. The only thing this is probably going to hurt this Gotenks in the future, is that when in Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks, right? When he super attacks, he gives himself 50% attack and defense for 3 turns. The Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks does. But his entire kit is based around that, basically. So in the future, if you're running him as a floater, that's not going to work the best. Because that, like, the strength of that unit is getting, like, at least 2 stacks of like, those attacks, right? Like, it wants you to get consecutive, like, stacks from different turns. But if you're floating the unit off, you're not going to be able to keep one of those stacks if you float them off, only if you're keeping them on rotation. So that is definitely going to hurt him. All right, so now we got Kakunsa and Rosie together. So they're just going to go ahead and build up. It's very important that we have Rosie super attack first, since she builds her defense from her super attack effect. And we'll just see how powerful they look. Keep in mind, I believe they share all 7 links, Kakunsa and Rosie. They're also giving special pose category allies 2 key and 22% attack and defense. So they're functioning as a very powerful support tandem right there. As a rotation in difficult events, they do work. Like, this is going to work, right? Like, especially in, like, a longer event like this. Like, I actually really like what they did with Kakunsa and Rosie as sort of free-to-play characters. Now, over here with Dyspo, you know, I'm going to have Dyspo and Toppo sort of work as a rotation right here. The Toppo / Pride Trooper unit is very good. A highly underrated unit no one ever talks about. The reason is because he's restricted to Universe 11. I'm probably going to do a video on Universe 11 as well. Even though the team, it's like 6 characters. There's like, I have like 10 characters in my box on the Universe 11 category. Which, again, is really, this is going to do nothing. Because the Toppo / Pride Trooper unit is so crazy. As long as you have look at that. 15k? So, Toppo, right? 110% attack and defense start a turn. Another 110% attack and defense if there's 3 or more Universe 11 category allies on the team, which we don't even have that, right? Then he guards all attacks if there's another Universe 11 ally attacking in the same turn. And then Universe 11 category allies 3 key and 30% attack and defense. So we're not even running the Toppo / Pride Trooper unit. He's not even running at full power, right? Because when there are 3 or more Universe 11 category allies on the team, so he does count. So him and Dyspo, we have 2, right? Like, if I had tossed on God Toppo, that would have made Toppo / Pride Trooper stronger. But, like, they're already good enough with how high their defense is, their guard, the support, and then they're going to work very well with Dyspo. Like, that's going to work fine. Honestly, like, you know what's funny? Rocking Gotenks as a floater, the reason his transformation is an active skill is, I mean, defensively, he's superior to Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks if we're going to be floating him. If we keep him on rotation, he'll be better than the Super Saiyan. Like, if we keep him on rotation, in Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks will be better than the Int Super Saiyan Gotenks defensively, right? But by floating him, he's not going to be better. So that's why we, I'm not going to transform with him. I'm going to keep him in his Super Saiyan version. And then based upon how many, stacks of his passive we get, that factors into his defense as well. Because don't forget, so that Gotenks, then you have like nearly 200k defense right there. Remember, he gets 50% defense every time he super attacks. And he's got the multiple different 50% defenses he can get from his passive. So he can look very good very easily. The one weakness with the Toppo / Pride Trooper unit that I do despise is the fact that this unit has Shattering the Limit. I just really don't understand why he has Shattering the Limit. Why they would do that to him. I don't know. I don't get it. Yeah, I guess we'll just give, because with physical Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks, the way he's built, you basically either want the 11 or 12 key super attack. Like, you don't want to go below 11 key at all, right? Unless you really have to. Because he greatly raises attack on his 12 key. All he does is lower defense on his 9 and 10 key super attack. So with Gotenks, you always do want to be hitting 11 or 12 key, right? To make sure you're maximizing his damage. His passive is going to wear off soon. So, he'll do less damage. He'll lose his dodge chance, which is helpful. And he'll lose some defense. But that Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks, his Ize was very, very well done. Like, compared to some of the EZAs, like, I don't know, Super Saiyan 3 Broly, who's fodder and is just ass cheeks, like, I think they did a fairly good job, right? So, I don't know. I mean, this is the special pose category team, right? Again, without, like, a top-tier summonable LR to just slap on here on the category by itself, like, they're going to struggle in terms of damage, right? Like, yeah, we can go for, like, a full Gotenks setup, but it's like physical Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks doesn't last forever. Like, he's still good after the first 7 turns that he's around, but again, he's not perfect forever, right? Like, he does slow down. So this category needs a massive summonable LR, right? Something along all the Pride Troopers together, or Ribrianne and all of the females together, or maybe even a Gotenks LR, right? We need it for the special pose category to be a little bit better. So let me know what you guys think of the special pose category team. Again, it's the thing is, a lot of category teams, like, you look at it and it's like it's not really that good right now, but they have like a lot of potential, right? Like, some of these small categories, like, you see, like, they got like Majin Vegetas and stuff like that, and it's like, okay, like, we're definitely going to get another character in the future, Majin Vegeta with the good animations, with the good final explosion and stuff like that. And you just look at this special pose team, and they do not have the same potential that some of these other category teams have got, right? Special pose is this one right here. So, like, you just look at it, and it's just, the future is not really as bright for this category. I don't know. Let me know what you guys personally think about it. Thanks for watching, and I will catch y'all next time.